people still can't agree on whether this was reckless or straight-up genius. Because overnight, Sydney Sweeney didn't just launch a lingerie brand. She turned one of Hollywood's most protected landmarks into the center of a growing storm. And the way she handled the backlash only made things louder. It all started quietly. No press release. No countdown. Just a late-night operation near the Hollywood sign that nobody was supposed to see. But someone did. And once that footage hit the internet, everything spiraled. In a video obtained by TMZ, Sydney is seen with a small crew dressed in black, hauling duffel bags up toward the Hollywood sign. Inside those bags, lingerie. Not props for a movie, but pieces from her own unreleased brand. At one point, she even jokes on camera, asking if she's going to get caught. Moments later, bras are being mounted onto the massive white letters, turning one of the most iconic symbols in entertainment into a lingerie display. By the next morning, the clip was everywhere. Fans were stunned. Critics were furious. And people immediately started asking the same question. How did she even get permission to do this? That's where things got uncomfortable. Because soon after the footage went viral, the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce stepped in. And they made one thing very clear. According to them, no authorization of any kind was given for Sydney Sweeney or anyone connected to her to use the Hollywood sign for commercial purposes. No license, no approval, nothing. That matters because the Hollywood sign isn't just a tourist spot. It's protected intellectual property. Any commercial use requires explicit permission. And according to the chamber, nobody even asked. Now, here's where the story gets messy. TMZ reported that Sydney's team did have a permit from Film LA, which allows filming in certain areas around Los Angeles. But Film LA permits are not the same thing as approval from the Hollywood Chamber. One handles filming logistics. The other controls the landmark itself. And that gap created a legal gray area that nobody seemed ready to explain to that point. Most people expected damage control, a clarification, maybe even an apology. Instead, Sydney did the exact opposite. Less than 24 hours after the backlash exploded, she officially announced her lingerie brand, SYRN. No statement addressing the controversy. No explanation about the permit confusion. Just a bold Instagram post featuring her modeling the collection. Lace bodysuits, ultra-crop shirts, unapologetically revealing designs, paired with a caption that instantly became fuel for debate. This is lingerie you wear for you. No explanation. No apology. That single line changed the entire tone of the situation. To supporters, it sounded empowering, confident, unbothered. A woman owning her image and refusing to shrink under criticism. But to others, it felt calculated. Like the controversy wasn't a mistake, it was the marketing. And once that idea took hold, the internet split in half. Some fans praised her for refusing to play defense. They argued that Sydney has spent years being judged for her body, her roles, and her image, and that this was her finally taking control. They saw SYRN as a statement, not just a product. A way of saying she doesn't owe anyone comfort or justification. But critics weren't buying it. They accused her of leaning too hard into shock value, of using sexuality as a shortcut instead of substance. And once again, the same debate followed her. Is Hollywood celebrating her talent or just her appearance? That conversation isn't new. Sydney has spoken before about feeling boxed into certain roles and narratives. And now, with SYRN, those discussions came roaring back, louder than ever. Then came the theories. Marketing experts online started pointing out the timing, the secrecy, the lack of response, the way the controversy exploded just hours before the brand reveal. Some began suggesting that the entire stunt may have been designed to trigger outrage on purpose. Not proven, not confirmed, just speculation, but speculation that spread fast. Because in modern celebrity culture, controversy isn't always a mistake. Sometimes it's the launch strategy. And what made this situation even more interesting was Sydney's silence. No interviews, no clarification, no attempt to smooth things over. Her team didn't deny anything. They didn't confirm anything either. They just moved forward. That kind of silence is rare and powerful. In a media cycle obsessed with reactions, saying nothing forces everyone else to keep talking. Every headline becomes speculation. Every comment section becomes free promotion. And while critics argued, SYRN's name kept spreading. Meanwhile, one question still hangs in the air. Will there be consequences? As of now, it's unclear whether the Hollywood Chamber plans to take legal action. No police report has been confirmed. No charges announced. Just tension and unanswered questions. But regardless of how that part ends, the bigger picture is already clear. Sydney Sweeney is no longer just an actress promoting projects. She's stepping into a different role. Businesswoman, brand owner, and headline maker who knows exactly how attention works. Whether people loved the stunt or hated it, they're talking. And in today's Hollywood, that might be the most valuable currency of all. So is this reckless? Or was it a perfectly timed power move? Because one thing's certain, SYRN didn't launch quietly. And Sydney Sweeney made sure no one could ignore it.